guys, welcome to today's show. And the topic for today is from, wrong question. Laura from Locust Valley. Laura from Locust Valley writes, I'm a senior in high school. I can't seem to find a good friend group. If you notice, Pumpkin is being a pain. Hold on. Pumpkin, you want to get down? God, baby. Go down. Ay, ay, ay. All right, guys, we're going to just start this over because that's how we roll. All right, so Laura from Locust Valley. I'm a senior in high school. I can't seem to find a good friend group. My friends are okay, but they leave me out sometimes and I feel bad. Should I stop being friends with them? Laura, isn't this so annoying? So the good news is you're a senior in high school. So congratulate you for being in your last year of high school. Now, why do I say that? I say that because I say this to a lot of my lifer kids. Your school years are probably going to be the worst years of your life. And I say that in a very nice, loving way. Because what happens is when you're younger and you're in school and you have to go somewhere that you really don't want to go and you're around people, a lot of people that you don't want to be around, and you have 20 teachers that you have to report to, that you have to worry about their personalities, how they respond to your personality, their coursework, their homework. You have all these crazy expectations put on you at a very young age. And just think, you go through 12 years of school, right? If I did the math, is it 12 years? I don't even know, but 12 years, right? So you go through this for 12 years. 12 years, that's a long freaking time. So once you break out of high school, and I say this with all the love in the world, your life will change. And I'll explain why. Because when you're in high school or you're in middle school or elementary school, well, elementary school is a little different, but when you're in school, you're friends with people because maybe they live down the block. Maybe they're family friends. Maybe your mom's friends with their moms. Maybe you're on the same sports team. And what happens is you're friends with people very often for the wrong reasons. And because your pool of friends is limited to who goes to your school, you're really stuck with these kids. So what happens is once you get out of high school and once you go to college or the real world, meaning get a job, a job, or go to a trade school, once you get out of the bubble of school, it's like your whole world opens up. And I always say this too, and this is actually probably another good video I should do because I think this is very important. When you're young, school is your life. You don't see anything outside of school. And that's a really horrible place to be, especially if you don't like school, if you don't have good friends, if you have a tough time with your coursework. You know, school's a really, really tough time. But I promise you, once you get out of school, your life will change for the better. So what I always say is, you got to do what you got to do. There's certain things you need to do, so just make the best of it. So Laura from Locust Valley, when you get out of high school, I promise, and maybe you're going to college, so we're just going to assume that you're going to a college. In college, you are going to find truer friends. You're going to find friends based on common interest versus the fact they live down the block or your mom's friends with their mom or whatever nonsense people create friendships nowadays. So just know that. So the fact that you're a senior in high school, yay, you probably only have a couple months left and then your outies, which will be the most amazing time of your life. And then again, as I said to all my kids that sometimes go to college, they're a little nervous. They're like, well, Con, what happens if I don't make any friends? It's impossible. College is such a wonderful opportunity to meet new people. There's different clubs, there's different activities, there's different classes, and it really is what you make of it. But I'm telling you, it will be much, much easier. College will be so much easier. And for some reason, I don't know what happens between the summer, between high school and college. Very often, it's like kids mature. It's weird, but they go to college and they tend to have more maturity. And especially because you're in college, because you're paying for it or your parents are paying for it. So you have a whole different level of expectation for yourself and what you want out of it. And it's not something, it's not a place you need to be because, you know, you were born in this town and you have to go to this school. It's usually a college that you research and a college that you want to go to. And usually you're studying something you're interested in, or you don't know what the hell you want to study, which is totally fine too, and much more common than you think. And you're taking something like a liberal arts, which is totally fine. And I will say this as a side note, if that's you as a kid and you're in college or you're going to college and you don't know what to do, don't rattle your brain. Don't stress yourself out. It's okay you don't know what you want to do. People are, you know, at 50 years old don't know what they want to do. So don't stress yourself out, and you could always do like a liberal arts degree, take a couple of classes, see what you like, do a liberal arts degree in total, or start with that and then you could pick a major later on. But just don't forget, you can change your mind at any time. Just get the dumb diploma. That's what I always say. Just get the dumb degree because it'll help you in life, and for some reason it makes a difference. Now, if you don't get it because you don't love school and college isn't for you, I support you 1000% too. But if you're going to college, just like I said, don't stress out about your major, especially if there's nothing you specifically love. Just get the dumb paper, okay? All right, so back to your question. So I don't want you to second guess your friend group, all right? But I will tell you this, and this is what I want you to learn, and this is what I want anyone who's watching this video to learn. The only person guaranteed to be with you for the rest of your life is you. That's it. Not your parents, not your partner, not one day your kids, nobody. It's just you. So in high school and middle school, the friends that you were around, I will tell you right now, they're insecure. Just like you're probably insecure watching this, because every kid is insecure. How could you not be insecure when your entire life you're being told that you're not good enough, that you need to prove yourself through grades, whether you have 50 friends, you know, whether you're popular, like your entire early life, you're trying to validate yourself. So most kids, I will tell you every kid, is insecure. So if you're around other insecure kids, those other kids can't really be true friends because they don't feel good on the inside. And if they don't feel good on the inside, they really can't be a good friend to you because, like I said, they're not even a good friend to themselves. Now, what does that mean? It means everyone's trying to fit in. Why? Because as a society, that's what we teach you, to fit in. I don't want you to fit in. I want you to stand out. And that's something you can do in a bigger, better way outside of high school. But yes, the goal is to stand out and make a mark on the world. But at this point, kids want to fit in. And they want to fit in because they don't have that confidence yet. They don't have that high level of self-esteem that comes with life, that comes with experience, that comes with the Start Loving Life mindset. But so most kids are insecure. So what will happen is, and just to give an example, I don't know your friend group situation, but let's say you have a friend, Sally, and she's a pretty cool friend. You thought she was a pretty cool friend, but then you see on Snapchat, they're out hanging out and they didn't ask you to go. So the first thing is you're going to feel bad. Is that okay? Do I ever want anybody outside of you to allow you to feel bad about yourself? No. Do I ever want you to let anything outside of you to make you feel bad about yourself? No. And the only reason why you feel bad about that yourself in that moment is not because you feel left out, is because in that moment you're thinking, what's wrong with me that they didn't invite me? Now that is the wrong mindset. That's a common mindset. It's the wrong mindset. I don't care why they didn't invite you out. If they didn't invite you out, whatever. I don't want you to feel bad about it. And I want you to just see it as an early experience in your life where you're around people that are insecure and that they're not strong enough to make decisions, where Sally could say to her other friends, hey, you know, we forgot Lauren. We have to invite Lauren because, you know, she would love to come too, because she's not strong enough within herself either. So she can't do that because she's so worried about that friend group liking her that she's not going to stick her neck on the line for you. And it's unfortunate. And that's something that happens when you go through life and you gain that confidence and you're clear about who you are. And that's exactly what I teach in my Start Loving Life program. But she doesn't have that. It's hard for her to support you in a friendship because she's just worried about herself. And again, it's just a form of insecurity. So do I want you to feel bad about it? Absolutely not. Do I want you to just see it as, these are my friends. They're cool for now. I know they're not ideal friends, so I'm not going to tell them my deepest, darkest secret. I'm not going to trust them with my life, which you're not going to trust anyone with your life except you. But I can see them for who they are and what they are. And it's not a bad thing because, like I said, they don't even realize what they're doing. They're just worried about themselves. So, do I want you to stop being friends with them? No, of course not. Because what's going to happen is you have a couple months left of school. It's going to be more awkward to not be friends with them. So what I always say, make the best of it. See it for what it is. Don't be disappointed. Don't have crazy level of expectations about them because they're not going to deliver. Don't complain about it. Don't whine about it. Just accept it. And what you want to do is just know it's a small period of your life where you're going to just accept this crappy behavior just because sometimes it's easier to maintain some kind of friendship with these people because you're going to see them every day in school and maybe they're in your class. But just know at the end of the day, they're not really ideal friends. And then once high school's done and that way you don't see these people again and you want to, limit your connection, absolutely. And maybe you never even be friends with them again, which that happens a lot too, and that's normal. The other thing is, while you have a couple months left of the school year, think about if they're really not true friends and they make you feel bad about yourself, then start limiting how often you see them now too. And maybe you just hang out with them every once in a while, or maybe, you just see them in school. But I do know too, you're probably bored on the weekends and you're accustomed to this friend group and maybe they do invite you out sometimes they don't. So just take advantage and maximize the times that they do. But again, whatever you do not let them or their behaviors influence you away from your happiness and you feeling good. And that's the biggest takeaway from today's video and your question. Do not allow that to make you feel bad about yourself. Absolutely not, because that's the only problem and that's the only thing going on here. And I want you to feel good about yourself and I want you to feel excited and I want you to feel excited that this is your last year, freaking senior of high school and all that nonsense, and be excited about next year for college or trade school or to get a job or whatever that looks like for you. And there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever's specific to you and what you want to do. But just be excited because, like I said, once school is done, once high school is done, your life will forever change. You will develop more into who you are. You're going to have more life experience. You're going to get mature. You'll attract better friends. And that's what's so important about the Start Loving Life mindset that I teach. It's about you loving you. It's about you feeling so confident and good with you that you don't need other people to like you because you like you. And that's the most important thing. And so when you go to college, if you are to start to develop and practice that type of mindset, you will have a whole different experience. But even if you don't go to that level and you just listen to what I'm saying now in this 5-10 minute video, I want you to just know you'll have a better time in college. And the other thing I want you to know too, as I put my phone on mute, which I always forget to do, in college, it's going to be a different experience. So what I love to say is use college as that experience that you weren't able to have in high school. So maybe in high school you were on the quieter side, maybe you weren't involved in sports, or college and sports is a little different, but maybe you weren't involved in clubs or activities. When you go to college, do more, get involved more. Join a sorority, and you don't have to. Listen, I'm not a fan of that stuff, but I am a fan of connecting with other people. And if that's a good way to do it, that's great. As long as it's empowering you and not making you feel bad about yourself, that's a whole other thing. But use college as an example to start and be the new you want to be. So, get involved in activities and clubs and see what else is out there and, really involve yourself and be the person that maybe you wish you were in high school, but now you get to start over. You get to start fresh. You're going to go to college. You're probably not going to know people that, you're not going to have anyone from school. And if you do, who cares? One or two, but it's a good opportunity to start fresh. And so I want you to be excited. Don't be down and out for your crap friends. Just let it be. Focus on the last couple of months, living it up, making the best of it. And that's it. So I hope, Lauren, I helped you out. And is it Lauren or Laura? Oh my God, I probably totally screwed it up. Lauren, whatever, the same thing. Locust Valley, have an amazing last couple of months. Enjoy, don't get hung up on this. And I promise you, next year when you get out of school and you're in college or wherever the hell you are, it'll be so much better. So guys, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, anything that you're interested in, any questions that, you're like, hey, I wonder what Connie would say, feel free to go to startlovinglife.com. You can submit them through my website, and I'll be more than happy to make a video about it if it's a common topic that's been coming up a lot, or if I just feel like it's a cool question, because I think that's good, and that's what I'm here for. So anyway, have a fab week, and I will see you next week.